This is Zemi Media, broadcasting all around the world, on the spot, on the dot.
What's a very good evening to you, our viewers and listeners. If you hear the sound of my voice there, do let us know where you're logging in from. Type it in the comment box right there. Good evening to you. This is the News Network Zimai. Tonight, we are joined by someone who has got a unique experience in life. The title, the headline there is 14-year-old. I'm not sure, is it 14 or 13? She's going to correct us here. Given in to marriage. A 14-year-old that was given into marriage. These are experiences that are happening in our community that are different, but they are real. They are things that are happening sometimes even just next door. But it is a whole different experience when you actually meet people who have been in there. And today, I'm joined by Kathleen Mahuto. And I don't know how she's going to call herself, but while I'm speaking in English, I'll call her Kathleen Mahuto. She's a lady that I've been acquainted for a few years now, and she's the author of this book, The Super Power of the Girl Child. Vanzanzi. Manere kwamuri.
Makadini kwamasimba.
Tinofara nokuonani. And coming, wow. You know, I'm reading this story and I've read this book, and I couldn't believe that the person that I'm reading here, a 13-year-old given into marriage, is actually you.
That's me.
How is that possible? Someone who is so bright, someone arupenyerera akaita semi, to be a person who was given into marriage. How does that happen? Take me through, take us maybe briefly into your experience.
Good evening, viewers on Zimai, and good evening, everyone who is listening to my voice today. My name is Catherine Mauto, as Simba said, and I also call myself Mambo Cards. I call myself that name, Mambo Cards, because I'm an advocate for the girl child because of my experience of being given away in marriage at 14. So for that reason, I am here to tell about my experience, just like what I did when I wrote this book, The Superpower of the Girl Child. So that is me, and I'm a mother of 4, 2 boys and 2 girls. I'm a grandmother of 13 children and a great-grandmother for 3 boys. So as we speak now, I'm a great-grandmother. So that's Catherine Mahuto. I live in UK. Thank you.
Take us through, please. We want to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to ask your age? I know you said your grandmother.
Yeah.
But some people say to me, Simba, you're not supposed to ask a woman's age. You're supposed to just shut up and imagine and close your eyes and just, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the culture, right?
That's the culture, but where we live, they say you don't just spell your thing.
Sorry, you've got a call, yeah?
Women are not supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But okay,
Yes.
I'm over 70. I'm almost 75. So
Wow.
God has been with me, and
I can't
my
believe,
life
and yet you look 46, 47.
Yes, I know.
You
Maybe
look
it's
half
because
your
of
age.
living in the cold, in the cold, so we are always kept freezing.
Wow.
Yes, Simba. I'll take you through my life, because this book is not a fiction book, it's a true story of my life. The Superpower of the Girl Child came about in 2022 during the pandemic. And that time I realized that we don't seem to write anything about our lives. We sort of live on hearsay. Someone said this and someone said that. So I told myself, if I am going to die in this time, in the pandemic time, nothing about me is not gonna be known with my grandchildren. So specifically, I wrote this to myself thinking, if anything happens. But after I published the book, I realized, no, I actually was talking to a girl child like me, who is getting married at 13, who is being given away at 10, who is being given away at 16, before the girl child is grown up. And just like what is happening now, or next door, your neighbor, we always read of these stories where children, they are not women, they are children, being taken for a ride by someone who is older, or being taken for a ride by parents who do not know anything. I didn't realize that up to this age, up to this time of our life, people would still be doing such practices of giving a girl child away who is young. So our parents that time, they didn't know anything. They were not educated, which I thought it should have changed by now, but it looks it's not changing. So my parents didn't know anything. They just thought, well, she's standard 6. Our time, I went to school for sub A, sub B, and then we would go grade 1, grade 2, up to standard 6. So it was at that point at standard 6 where my parents thought, well, she's a girl actually. Because the thing is, when we look at a girl child in most communities, the girl child is not being given the opportunity to explore anything about her life, or even to make choices that reflects herself as the one who chose and made those choices. So with me, it was time to get married, which I did. And when I got married to this man, he was older than me. Things didn't work out. And I kept looking backwards because I kept looking at school. When I was growing up, I used to go to the hospital. If I'm sick or something is wrong, I would go to the hospital and I would see, in our country, the nurses, they put on those nice, beautiful, white, crispy white uniforms with their badges on their shoulders. And I really had a dream. I wanted to become a nurse one day. I thought I was going to be that girl looking in that white, crispy uniform with badges all around, with a belt, and looking after people in the hospital. But it didn't happen that way. Instead, my hospital was the kitchen where I got married. So this is what happened. But all the same, now I tell my story, I'm able to say to a parent of today, first look into your girl's eyes and let her make a choice. Let her make a move that tells you that it's okay. And also as a parent, be there for the girl child. Do not make choices that hates the girl child. Let her make her own choice to choose for a man. So this is what happened, and definitely things didn't work out, and hence my book was born.
Right. And when I started reading your book, I remember, I struggled to put it down. I went through it in a single day. I stopped everything else that I was doing, and I know possibly that this could be a result of the power that an author has when they are speaking from the spirit, or when they're writing from the spirit. So zirikubuda mumoya, so zichinda, and the like. But your experience, how many children did you eventually like manage to bring out? And was that process not, hey,
That process was hard, Simba, because I can tell you what happens. I'm not talking from my experience of what a woman goes through when she's given away in marriage and she's young. That is something that I'm not talking from that experience, where the girl child has got no choice, but she's given away, and parents think it's okay. But the pain doesn't go away. The experience of meeting someone, you are young, you are given away in marriage to a man who you do not know. I know a lot of communities do this, but I don't think they realize the danger that they pose to a girl child. You know, I was given away to someone that I didn't know, someone who didn't propose me, and I said yes, because there are sometimes when people say, well, at 13, she must be knowing whatever, or 16. I don't think to a girl child, she understands anything at that age. So because of that trauma that you carry as you go into a relationship like that one, you end up not knowing which one is your right and which one is your left. And you do not even understand the language of marriage. You do not, of course, we as Zimbabweans, I could say, we are taught from a young age that you've got to be married, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, and we are taught. But it doesn't put you in a place where you understand what marriage is all about and how you are supposed to understand it. Meanwhile, the man who marries you is always an older person than you in any relationship, except a few. But when it comes to the girl child in Zimbabwe, you are married young. A lot of us, maybe those who will be of age, yes, but in many cases, even those ones who get married at 21, 28, whatever, they still marry an older man because there's no time that a boy can marry at that age. So with me getting married at that age and having children at that age, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a joke. There was a lot that I went through, and I was almost put into a danger place where I could have lost my life, because someone is trying to tell you, you better do what he wants you to do. Meanwhile, you don't understand what he's saying because of your age. He has been through a lot. He's a man enough. He knows he's of age, and he's expecting you to behave in another way that makes him satisfied. That didn't work with me. So I almost lost my life twice. And finally, when I told myself that I think I've had enough and I'm not going to stay in this relationship again, that's when I left. But I had 4 children, no experience, no education, no work, no finance to take me through. So I went through a lot. Hence, the superpower of the girl child was born.
Would you be able to please, we're about to end, I need you to connect to the people, the women, young girls, who could be in this situation, because they are still there, correct? This child marriage is still happening, correct, right now? So please, how do you advise someone, a child, achangobva kunookiswa into marriage nhasi, akatarira screen inoi, akatoitarira izvozvi?
Inini semwanasikana ndimbodzokera kururimi rwekwedu, ndakapinda mukuroorwa ndiri mudiki, ndisingazive kuti ndiri kuroorwa ndiri kunoiteiko. Zvakawanda zvakaitika mukati meupenyu hwangu. Ndinoshushikana zvikuru kana vabereki vachifunga kuti vari kuda kurodza mwana wavo musikana, ende chavakatarisa ipapo ipfuma, vasingatarise utano hwemwana wavo musikana, matraumas anozosanganika nemwana wavo musikana after aroorwa, apinda mumuchato waanga asina kutarisira, wamasarudza imi sevabereki kuti anofanira kuroorwa. Mwana musikana anofanira kukura asvike pazera raanokwanisa kufunga ega kuti kana ndawanika ndichaita ichi neichi neichi, aronge ega. Vabereki vemazuva ano ndinokumbirisa kuti mukwanise kuchengetedza mwana musikana, asaroorwe ari mudiki, uye musasaidzire vana kuti nokuti wanonoka kusvika pamba saka chidzokera kwawabva. Mwana wenyu dai anga ari safe, dai anga aona kuti kwaaenda kuri nani, angadai asingadzoke kumba. Asi vabereki vari kuwanika vakazarira mikova, vasingabvumire vana kudzoka kumba kuti vakwanise kuronga nevana nekumubatsira zvakare kuti anzwisise nezveupenyu. Saka inini samai, iye zvino ndava gogo, ndinokumbirisa kuti dai tatarisa sevabereki takwanisa kusapota mwana wedu musikana kusvika paanogutsikana iye agouya achikuudza kuti ndiri kuda kuwanika ndakawana mukomana wako ndeuyu. Ivo sevabereki vagotanga kutaura zvepfuma asi vasingataure sekunge vari kutengesa mwana musikana. Hanzi kune madhemeji, hanzi kune chakazonzi, hanzi kune zvakazodai, kwakudiwa mabhenzi nemachii. Vana vasikana vakuitwa kunge nhapwa, kwaroorwa kuya kuya kuti achinogarako zvakanaka akugarike nekuti vanenge vakutarisa vakabvisa mari dzavo vakutanga kutaura zvavanoda. Saka sevabereki ndinokumbirisa mwana musikana ngaachengetedzwe. Mukova wevabereki ngauve mukova wakasununguka kuti mwana auye ataure nemi, mwana auye akubvunzei zvinhu chaizvo zvinoitika mukati meupenyu. Inini mugoitawo kunonzi kuudza mwana upedzisira. Udzidzisai mwana wenyu kuti kwauri kuenda kuzvinhu zvinonomira zvisirizvo, kwete kutarisa pamari. Vabereki vedu vanenge vakutarisa mari zvakanyanya. Ndinokumbirisa mhuri yekuZimbabwe neavo vane masvondo avo ane vana vanouya kumachechi, ndapota chengetedzai vana vasikana, uye ngatichengetedzewo zvakare kudzidzisa vana vedu vakomana kuti vazoti mwana musikana kuti ange achisevhaivha upenyu hwakanaka. Mwana wenyu mukomana anofanira kunge akadzidziswa zvakanaka kuti azokwanisa kuchengetana nemwana musikana, nekuti pasina mwana mukomana hapana mwana musikana. Upenyu hwevanhu vaviri hunoburikidza chete nekunge vanhu ivavo vaviri vachitaurana zvinoendeka. Saka inini sagirl child ndichiripo ndichiri kutaura nezvazvo, uye ndicharamba ndichiyeuchidza vabereki kuti mukova wavabereki ngauve mukova wakashama unobatsira kuti mwana wedu adzoke. Kana zvinhu zvaoma, mubereki tambira mwana wako. Kana waona mwana wako ari kutambudzika zvakare, mubereki iva nechokwadi chokuti watora mwana, wachengetedza mwana wako muutano, kwete kuzoti wara bhokisi mosanga kuchaja mari dzekuti mwana wedu akazofa zvakazenge zvakadai, hazvina zvazvinotibatsira. Semubereki chengetedzai vana, mukomana kana musikana, mune zvakanaka kuitira kuti tive nemagenerations ane mukanwa makareruka. Ndiri kuona magenerations edu ane mukanwa makaoma, zvavanotaura zvakaoma. Saka ndinokumbirisa kuti tione generation ine mukanwa makareruka. Zvinofanira kubva kwatiri. Varungu vanotiwa charity begins at home. Saka because of that, ngatitangirei kwatiri isusu vabereki, tozotumira mwana wedu kwaari kuenda asi abva pane zvakanaka. Ngati.
You know, this has been Zimbabweans also joining in right now late. This is Kathleen Mahuto. She's the author of a book called The Superpower of the Girl Child. She is a teenager, a young girl who was given into marriage at the age of 14. I don't know how and when that was when you were 14, while you're listening to those who are listening right now. But the reality of a child at that age becoming a mother or becoming a wife, being forced into marriage, is what Kathleen Mahuto has lived her life. She's still living that life, even though, as you heard her there, she is now in her 70s. And she wrote this book. When I picked it up, I could not leave it. I could not put it down. I've posted on the stream a link for people to click it, download it, buy it, and read it. I recommend this book. When I saw it for the first time, I could not put it down. It was so alive. The book is quite loaded. I found it. And I found it to be one of those books that someone would say a person's spirit is speaking. Haasi brain pfungwa dzemunhu dziri kutaura dzega. Aiwa, mweya wacho ndo uri kutonyatsoburitsa zvirimo. So this is the book here. And sorry, Andrazi, can you just let us know where to buy this book also while we're advertising it?
The book is on Amazon, and they can follow the. You can, as you posted the link here, it's on Amazon. So yeah.
This is one of those sessions we have, organizations around the world, to discuss real life, the real Zimbabwean life, and in this case, the real life of a girl child, told by a survivor in her own words in this book. And she speaks to us tonight. Wanzozi, thank you so much. We're going to be shutting shortly. I've posted the link here so people can read those, so you can download it or click it. And if you're on Twitter, I've also posted the link there. You can download it or buy it. I recommend it. I recommend it for every person to pick it up. Wow, Andrazi, thank you so much. We've gone. I'm hoping that we will have you soon, and we can talk more about, particularly the things there. There's so many topics, so many areas that need to be digested in your book, and maybe discussed in public soon.
Thank you so much, Simba. And thank you everyone who listened tonight. I hope and pray that you will be able to download, if you can download the ebook, you can actually download it, or you can get the hardcover on Amazon. It's there. If you are in UK and you want me to post it, I can post the book to you. If you get on the link or give me a call, I can post the book to you. So thank you very much, Zimai, for hosting me tonight.
Thank you.
This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all around the world, on the spot, on the dot. This is Zimai Media, broadcasting all around the world, on the spot, on the dot.